This is verse 30 of the 15th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. We have finished the story of Jesus dealing with the Syrophoenician woman. Mark tells us that Jesus took a tour through the region that's called Decapolis. Matthew doesn't mention that, but the story seems to pick up after that tour. And it apparently is the case that Jesus, along with his disciples, is ready for a break. And that brings us to this incident in which Jesus now goes to what appears to be a secluded place, up on a mountain, sits down. It all gives the impression that this is kind of a breather. But nevertheless, crowds are going to be pressing in, and that's the drama that unfolds here in verse 30. So kai, the connective prosailthon, from proserchomai, come to. Verbs with the pros will typically take the dative, as we have here. So they came to him. This is the third person plural, aorist active indicative of the second aorist verb. So they came to him, auto, dative singular masculine of the third person pronoun. The subject of the verb is okloi, crowds, more than one, simply accentuating the vast number of people that are showing up. And then poloi, this is a adjective modifying okloi, so many crowds, a great number of people are showing up, coming to him. Ekontes is a participle, it's in the nominative, plural, and it, of course, goes along with the crowds, so the crowds are coming to him, having. From echo, I have. This is the plural of the participle, having meth, contracted from meta, with the genitive here, with themselves, the reflexive pronoun. So they have with themselves, kolus. In fact, you'll notice here that these four words, kolus, tuphlus, kulus, and kophus, all rhyme, along with heterus, polus. So there's a kind of rhythmic flavor to this. Kolus here means lame. Kolos would be that word. Tuphlos is the word for blind. This is the plural accusative. Kulus, the word for maimed, the kind of thing you might say of someone if their hand had gotten caught in some machinery or something like that and was maimed, unusable. Could even refer to amputation, although that would be less likely. And then finally, kophus, from kophos means dumb, unable to speak. And so those four words, and then Matthew adds kai, the connective heterus, others, using the word for other, suggesting others of a different variety, different kinds of diseases and so on. This is a demonstrative pronoun. Others with the adjective polus, many others of various kinds. So in other words, every conceivable form of malady is being brought. Interesting word, Matthew says, kai eripsan, from hripto, means really to cast down something. It's a rather forceful word. The impression one gets, I suppose, here is that these people were in a kind of polite competition with each other. I don't know how polite it was, but they were all trying to get their own particular person of some disease or condition to the feet of Jesus. And so they're sort of muscling their way through, throwing these people down at the very feet of Jesus. You can kind of imagine the scene there that's being implied, at least by Matthew. And they threw, this is the third person plural, aorist active indicative, through autus, them, that is all of these of the various descriptions, the third person pronoun, accusative, masculine, plural, threw them down. Para means alongside or at or in the vicinity of. Here with the accusative, tus podus, podos, at the or in the vicinity of the feet of him, referring to Jesus. Possessive pronoun, genitive singular, kai ertheopusin, from therapeuo, I heal. Third person singular, aorist active indicative, and he healed autus, them, all of them. No case was too tough for Jesus, who applies this healing power to each one of them. And so, of course, we can understand why the crowds are pressing in, because this is a an astonishing thing in the ancient world. It would be equally astonishing today if you could find someone with that kind of healing power.